Hello everybody and welcome to this new TEPPEN video. My name is Nintendo and with me is the voice in my head, XprtHunter. Hello.
What's up everyone?
Alright guys, today on the TPN news, today Ada is out. She is pretty banging, I gotta admit. She's got some pretty cool animations when she enters the fight and leaves. Just based on the first couple hours of watching Chris D stream and all the other people who were playing it first thing, I would have been one of those people, but I wasn't able to. Her hero arts, what's the best one? Just the first one? That's it?
Blackout.
Blackout?
I would say Blackout. And then her second art and the third one. I forgot what the third one's called. I think it... No, I don't remember.
Breakaway. So Blackout's probably her best one. We found out through some playings that Mirage Decoy, the second one, I don't have any of these things unlocked because I have not played Ada at all. So as you can see, I have nothing available because I haven't touched it yet. Lock all empty board slots for 10 seconds, then return all enemy units with an MP cost equal to or less than the number of board slots inflicted with lock +2 to the deck. We just found out, watching Chris D stream, that the Mirage Decoy does not work if there are pre-existing locks on your board slate. It only triggers on your board locks that the hero art does. So if it actually, board locks all three of yours, it'll count those. If you've already got one already locked already, and let's say one of your opponents has a board locked, you got a unit on the field and you activate the hero art, it's only going to count the one that it locked, which is...
Yeah, I ran into that situation where my opponents, they whiffed their hero art because they thought that it counted and it didn't.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of dropped my liking of Mirage Decoy by a bit, knowing that it doesn't work on all locked board slates, as it says in the frickin' text. So,
but it's still good. It's still good. Like
it's good.
I had a good mirror match earlier before I got to champion, and he was able to get rid of my 5 cost and lower units. So yeah, if you run a deck full of 6 cost, then the hero art is pretty bad in that situation. But if you're playing against a deck that plays mostly 5 to 4 cost or 3 cost units, like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, nah, it's still a good hero art, but it's a little unfortunate with that. And there's a card we found out recently also, but that's in purple, and we'll get to purple when we get to purple. We got the confirmation. I got the confirmation from TEPPEN and all that about that card's text, so it was mistranslated. Another card was mistranslated, which sucks. But that aside, we're gonna jump into talking about all the red cards. So first up is a Fist of the Fire Wyvern for red, a 1-cost action. It deals 2 damage to 1 enemy unit. So the good thing about this one is that you can actually now target. So a new Chain of Fist, but it doesn't scale, which I think I'm okay with. It just does 2 damage for 1. So yeah.
And since it is a 1-cost card, it's easy to cycle, and it doesn't break. Unless your opponent, well, yeah, it does break because Chain Fist doesn't need a target. This card does need a target.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, that's the only thing. So apart from that, I'd still say, all right, cool. 1 cost to do 2 damage to a unit, fine. Good. Denjin got some new tools, and any other red deck really got a nice new tool. And just in case you don't know, if you can see on the fist there, that's Rathalos Scales glove. If you did the TEPPEN loved quiz, and if you look at that, that's some Rathalos Scales on that Ryu glove. Just to point that out. All right. Next up is Thorough Investigation, a 1-cost action. Give +1 attack to a friendly unit, effective for 1 attack. And then you add another Thorough Investigation from your deck into the X pocket. You said it's just good to thin the deck out with this card.
Yeah, it's just a good cycle card, to be honest.
A good cycle. I mean, I kind of bummed that it's only it's only for 1 attack that it gets the buff. Like,
I mean, if you use it to block, that you get 2 attacks out of it, right? Because you defend and then you attack.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. I don't know, this card feels a bit weird, but I mean, hey, if you can make this shit work, go for it. Make it work. Make it look cool. But I do love the artwork that it is RE3 remake, just adding in Ada Wong with Wesker in it. So, Jill's apartment, always nice.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Next up, we have Brush Gale Storm. 2-cost action. You give 1 random red unit in your hand or X pocket +1/+1 and rush.
That's pretty solid.
Pretty solid, actually. Conga Power Power Crypt?
I would say Conga Power, but for all units.
It's all units, yeah. I mean, I feel like Conga Power just got Power Crept twice. I don't know if this is a Power Crept, but...
Well, I mean, this card's 2-cost. Conga Power is a 1-cost, so...
That's true. Red's one is a 2-cost, but the other one is definitely a 1-cost. So that one's a little stronger.
Yeah, this card's good. Give Rush to one of your guys. Give him +1/+1.
Yeah,
it's pretty solid.
That's solid. I like it. Red got... That's a nice little tool that Red got there. Somebody to look up to. I think we've already gone over this already with the reveals they did, so we know what it does. I'm assuming it's still very good. I'm assuming it's still good. So
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in play yet, but from the effect, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like for a deck that relies on building board and trying to win trades.
That's definitely cool. Oh, I just realized, is that this? I'm not sure what. That's a stage from Alpha. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the artwork because I love it. I'm looking at this, and I think it's a stage from Alpha. I'm pretty sure it is.
Probably Alpha 1. Alpha 1, no?
Alpha 1 or Alpha 2. But I still like it. That's still definitely one of my favorite cards I've printed. Alright, controlling the Satsui. So now all the lore cards that we were given, now we know what they do. So controlling the Satsui, it deals 4 damage to 1 enemy unit. It's a 2-cost epic card. If a unit is destroyed by this damage, take 1 damage every 5 seconds, maximum 4 times to your hero. Okay.
It's a worse version of Trust amid suspicion.
Yeah, okay.
Because you kill a unit with this card, you take 4 damage yourself. So it's not free, right?
It's technically not free unless you're willing to want to ping yourself every 5 seconds for 4 for 4. I mean,
it adds up. It adds up.
It adds up. But I mean, as another cheap cost action, I guess to replace Trust amid suspicion.
Yeah, this card replaces Trust when Trust leaves.
Yeah. So.
And also seen people use Trust and use this card, so you can use both if you want.
Definitely, but yeah, I think it's okay that well, based on what Red's had all this time, I'm okay with you're taking damage. I'm kind of okay with
this card seems more fair. Yeah, it's fair. It's like you deal damage to me, I deal damage to myself.
Yeah,
it's a good trade.
I'm okay with this card actually. All right, so the next one, Rekindling of Fire, Return of Wyvern Lord to the skies. Okay, all our theories on what these cards could do were completely just not true at all, which is great.
I mean, they are kind of related to the lore, though, right?
They are related to the
lore. This card has Deathloss, and it's monster support, so.
Yeah, 2-cost epic, art charges 2, return 1 friendly monster unit to the X pocket, then give it -2 MP. I love it. I absolutely love this.
That's really good.
Yeah, just bring it back a monster unit and knock it off 2 MP. And it's a friendly monster unit, so it can be definitely run in a dual color deck. So I like it definitely a lot.
Solid card.
Solid card for Red there. For monsters. All right. I think we know about this one already. First, Legendary Redhead, mortal enemies deal damage equal to the number of action cards used in this battle +1, split among all enemy units. Maximum is 10. If a unit is destroyed by this damage, randomly explore for option A, option B, or option C. Have you seen this in action at all?
Yeah, okay. I have. And it's definitely one of the best red legendaries from the set.
It's definitely one of their best ones. Okay. Great.
I would say it's the best one, in my opinion. This is the kind of card that you just throw in every red deck.
Yeah.
That's how good it is.
Yeah, and then when destroying a unit, option A, give a friendly shield and 3 damage. Option B, Give agility for 10 seconds and deal 3 damage. Option C, give a shield, give flight effective for 1 attack and deal 3 damage to one enemy. So, you know, yeah, solid card. I have yet to see, but obviously that's reasons because I haven't done anything yet. But yeah, you think it's one of the Red's best cards? I am not surprised that it is one of the best cards. Alright, next up we got Sakura. 3 cost 2/3 unit. When played, she deals 1 damage to the unit in front and the enemy hero. Good for Denjin, and I think overall, I think she's good.
Yeah, if Denjin wants to play units, but most of them don't.
No, it's just still unitless. The only ones they'll play is Himiko, Ryu, Leon. I think that's it. Oh, maybe Sagat now, because I kind of like the new Sagat. I guess, depending.
Yeah, but Sakura's not bad.
Yeah. I think she's good. So, we'll have to see how things develop more for unit-based Denjin and all that, and we'll see what happens. Carlos Olivier, we've gone over this dude. We gave our thoughts. It's like... wasn't it in the end? It was just... It's okay, but not great.
Pretty meh.
Pretty meh. So, yeah. Alright, so now, here's one of Red's new Explore units. Tyrell Patrick. He's from Resident Evil 3 Remake. If you don't know, 3 cost human, 2/4. Upon death, he explores for handgun. If you haven't remembered what handgun was, it dealt 4 damage to an enemy unit. Only 1 unit explored for handgun.
5 cost Jill.
Yeah, 5 cost Jill. So it barely saw any play. It did, but then it never saw any play after some time. So it's cool that, you know, Tyrell explores for it. Only on death though, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, handgun's pretty strong.
Yeah, man, handgun. So that's really good for that. So obviously, I don't think he goes into Jill decks now. Post, probably. I think Brad Vickers though is probably a little bit better. He's a 3 cost 2/3. Upon death, because you know he just dies. In the lore, he deals 2 damage to 1 random enemy unit, and then he explores for ammo. So Brad does 2 things. So Brad is doing a lot of work upon death. So I kind of dig that.
Yeah, I didn't like him at first, but seeing now that he does do the 2 damage, random damage, he's alright.
Like, you know, if they've only got 1 unit, and you place him and he dies, you know, he's effectively dealing 4 damage, and then you get an explore. So, you know, it's cool. I do enjoy the new version of Brad. At least this one's more usable than the other variations of him, so kudos to that. Light Sword Cipher, we've already seen this one before with the reveal, so +2 attack, agility for 10 seconds. Don't know if it'll see play, but you haven't come across this card at all?
No, I haven't seen it, but maybe some aggro deck out there will use it.
Yeah. So, not much to say on this one. We've already given our thoughts on it, but yeah, it's alright card. Alright, Contact with the Divine. So this was another lore-based card. What it really does now is that it's a 3 cost action that inflicts seal on a friendly unit and deals 7 damage to 1 random enemy unit. So an interesting trade-off for Red there.
I mean, Red plays a lot of units that are on play, so as soon as you play the unit, they're technically vanilla, right?
Technically, they're vanilla, yeah.
So most of the time, when you're playing a Red deck, other than like maybe Jill or something like that, you can use this, seal your unit. It doesn't matter because their effect already went off. Deal 7 damage. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think this is actually pretty strong for Red. I mean, 3 for 7 damage? It's pretty ridiculous. And yeah, this can definitely be used in dual colors because it says friendly unit, so it doesn't exactly have to be red. Yeah. A pretty damn good card for Red, seeing as how it's just a freaking common too.
Definitely better than the 5 cost card that does what, 6 damage? Or
yeah.
how much does it do? 8?
It does 8, I think.
Yeah, but it does 8 for 5, while this does 7 for 3.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, and you probably were like, okay, which one do I really want to play? All right, I kind of dig this card, Pulse of Destiny, 3-cost epic. It gives an art charge of 2, so you get 5 for playing this card, which is cool. You give all enemy units increased damage this unit receives by +1. I actually kind of really like it, because I feel like you could definitely run this with Denjin and practically any other red deck.
Yeah, this card's pretty good.
Because I'm pretty sure Denjin will proc that receive +1 and make it +2 or +3.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I think it only applies to damage, not effects.
Well, it does say increased damage each unit receives by +1. Maybe. I'm grasping at the straw there.
Yeah, I haven't tested it out, so I know it'll be good for units to win trades.
Oh,
But other than that, I'm not sure.
oh yeah. No, this card pairs perfectly well with Sun Goddess. There's your combo right there.
It's a little expensive, but yeah.
It's an expensive combo because they're both 3 costs, but like if you do get this off, you know, it's some pretty high damage you're inflicting. So yeah, devastating support for your enemy units. All right, I don't have this legendary as it stands. So Collapse of Negotiations, the 3-cost legendary. This is the last one. It deals 5 damage to all units. For each unit destroyed by this damage, that unit's controller's hero gets an art charge of 2. So, just so I get this correctly. So if you do Collapse of Negotiations and you pop 2 of your units and 2 of your opponents, you each get an art charge of 4 all up, correct?
I don't think you do though. I think your opponent does, but not you.
No, it says for each unit destroyed by this damage, that unit's controller's hero. So you will get it as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah. I think it does work like that then.
Unless
So
there's,
essentially, it's board wipe.
unless there's a mistranslation, like with frickin' Ada's hero art and whatever else.
I think you're right. I think you're right. It should work that way.
If I'm looking at it, so
Basically, 5 damage to everything. It's
5
pretty
damage, 5 damage to everything. If stuff are destroyed, whoever controls that unit gets 2 on their hero art charge. So I want to say this is pretty fair for a 3-cost.
Maybe it was a 4 cost. I think 3 is like, I don't know. It's a pretty strong card, in my opinion.
Maybe a 4-cost, yeah. But it is quite strong. But yeah, so that's that one. All right, we got next up is Colonel, a 4-cost machine, 3/4. He's got Rush. When played, he deals damage to 1 random enemy unit equal to the number of friendly units on the field. So, including himself, the maximum he can do is 3 to a random unit.
Yeah, maybe a machine Celestial Envoy deck would run this guy.
Yes, there has been that deck, and it is quite strong, actually. It is good, so I think Colonel just fits in that deck perfectly. Just to go with the whole setup stuff, man. So yeah, I think it's alright. I think he's pretty damn decent for the Envoy stuff. I don't know where he fits anywhere else, to be truthfully honest. I don't think he does. But, yeah, Colonel's alright. Colonel, you be good. Ken, 4-cost human 1/8 combo. When played, deal 2 damage to you in front. We've gone over this dude. I think we all agreed, like, post-rotation, you'll probably be better. I don't know what.
Even so, even then, he's still just a 1/8 combo.
The 1/8 combo.
Pretty generic.
Yeah, generic guy. Replaces Maki, as you said before. Jill Valentine. I know I've gone this over already. When played, explore for handgun. Handgun deals 4 damage. When exploring, you gain the following abilities. First gain attack, then gain combo. everyone I know, apparently everyone in red who's voting Jill is playing this, so she's definitely like the go-to unit to run.
Yeah, she's a solid card. Like I said, I mean, 1 MP, 4 damage is pretty good.
Yeah.
And you explore second time, she gets combo, you give her antibody, she becomes a threat.
I'm all down for that. And I wonder if detonation is actually being cycled out now for handgun.
No, they play both.
No, I'm just saying in theory, because the units that do explore for detonation, almost all are gone post-rotation, except for one. And that's from the unit from Sengoku. But all the units that do explore for detonation are pretty much gone. Or maybe not. There might be that Nash dude upon death, is it explores for detonation? I forget.
No, it's Gale.
It's Guy. He's a 2-5. No, he's gone. Yeah, no, he's definitely gone. Yeah, I feel like maybe they're moving away from detonation and going for handgun. That's just a thought I'm thinking of. I don't know. Elijah Cirrus, a new one, 5-cost, 2/8 monster. After taking damage and surviving, deals 2 damage to 1 random enemy unit. So it's definitely the reverse order of the other variation of it, which was on play, it dealt 3.
Yeah, it's monster support. Basically, monsters deal damage to themselves, or they trigger effects. Things happen, stuff blows up.
Stuff blows up, but I mean, it's an ongoing effect, which is cool. So every time it survives damage, and there are stuff from monsters that really do attack the others, buff them, then their effects trigger. So I mean, if we can get a monster deck working, I think Lagiceros is a good fit.
Yeah.
Because it's got a pretty damn tanky body. 2/8, dude. This is pretty big. It's gonna sit there for a while, which I kind of like. The new Rathlos, I remember going over this one already. Flight and Rush. After dealing damage to the enemy hero, deal damage to 1 random enemy unit equal to its attack. So it's a little bit of a smaller version of Dread King Rathlos, but you can always, I guess, buff it. And yeah, man, Flight Rush is good.
That's pretty good, man. Had some guy open 2 of them. I mean, it was pretty tough.
2 of them on you? Ooh. Yeah, that's kind of scary. So, yeah, I think the new Rathlos is pretty damn solid, so I like it. SA Class Strider Hero. We've gone over this one. They revealed it during the Ada launch. You know, he has Rush. He's good for a Jill deck. Explore for option A, B, or C. I think the dude's solid. You haven't built a Jill deck yet, have you? You're missing the cards, aren't you?
Nah, but I've played against a couple Jills, and they've opened Strider on me, and let me tell you, they open Strider, they get those explores right away.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. Like, it's very easy to get those explores because he just has to attack, so it doesn't matter. But no, it's cool. I think it's still a solid card. So yeah, good for Jill for exploring. All right, Desperate Struggle. This is the one we were talking about before. 5-cost, arc charges 1, so you always get 6 for arc charging. Deal 8 damage to 1 enemy unit. Any unit destroyed by this damage is removed from the game and will not trigger death abilities. Based on what we've seen already from the other cards, I think this is probably not going to see played much at all. If it does, very little.
It's too expensive, but there probably will be some players out there who will play it casually. But competitively, nah. This card might not see play.
Maybe not, but they'll make it work somehow. So, you know, that's how they'll do it. Sagat, we've gone over. I like him. I think he's pretty good. He'll work well with Denjin units or just the Denjin deck.
Yeah, solid card. Unreactable damage. I mean, Denjin.
Yeah.
Get Denjin off him.
Dude's good.
Huge damage.
Yeah. Dude's good. 6-3-5. He's a good guy. Amaterasu, one of the new ones. Kami 6-2-9. When placed on the field, give your hero all friendly red units gain +1 attack for 30 seconds. So it's Envoy for 30 seconds when you play this unit.
It's okay.
It's okay. I think the cost is probably what's going to slow down potential play of it. But that's about it as far as I can see.
Maybe. It's just that there's so many cards that cost 6 MP that fight for that slot, so it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to justify running this card over those cards, right?
Yeah, it will be hard to justify. But I think post-rotation, it could probably see some more play. But we'll have to wait and see. And then the new Ryu, which is the last card. 7 cost you 7, rush. When played, deal 5 damage to unit in front. After dealing the damage to an enemy, gain +1 attack. So it's a constant effect of him always gaining +1 attack after he deals damage to an enemy. But that 5 damage obviously should proc gaining +1 attack, I think. Because he does deal 5 damage, and he's got rush. So he's going to be a 4/7, a 4 whatever. He'll get 4 attack, basically on the first attack. So he'll be pretty strong.
Still a little too expensive for my taste, but
I think the cost, but yeah, it'll be a bit. Will be weird to see, but yeah, guys. So that's pretty much all the red cards we got today. For Ada, a dark. What was it?
Dark Agenda.
A Dark Agenda. I keep forgetting that last one. Dark Agenda, so that's red cards. Next we'll go over green, then purple, then black. Green got some cool stuff. Purple got a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of purple's basics are actually really good. Gotta admit that. And when we go over that, a lot of that basics I actually really like. And black got some pretty crazy stuff that was slowly revealed towards the reveal of this pack. So, but yeah. Overall, what are your impressions of what red got?
Red got some solid cards. Still top tier deck.
Still top tier. I know watching Chris's stream, he's like, I hate red. I was like, yep. That makes sense, because I hate red too. It's just the way the things are now, the fact that we have 10 freaking expansions. Or I guess if you want to look at it, 8, not including core and basic. And there's just so many cards in the card pool, combining all with new, it's just really retarded.
Yeah. It makes for some unpleasant combinations.
Yeah. It really does. So everything will be better post-rotation, I think. We hope. Let's just wait post-rotation. But thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave those comments and likes below. We definitely want to hear what people think as well, because some stuff is fun. Also, be on the lookout, guys. Is the last final tip for presents. The new feature they put into the game, the present gifting stuff. Me and Hunter have already gone through this because we were wondering what the hell it was. Because we didn't know what the hell it was anyway. Specifically for the new players out there, if you need cards and you got some of the us players in your friends list, or you don't have any of us, add us, because we can help give you some a deck with some cards that you probably don't have and you can't craft. So you can have access to those cards, but you can't reap them for souls.
Yeah, and it's a one-time thing. So once you get a deck gifted to you, that's it.
That's it. Like, the best way to look at it is, all right, so here's
I'll have to reveal myself.
here's the
and
deck
offer
Hunter
advice
gave me. Okay, like
once in a while.
all right, I got these cards. I looked at this because I realized I've got memory control here. It shows in the bottom corner of your card text the amount you have, which is ×1. I've got ×1 + 3. I only earn one of these cards, but because he gifted me the deck and I accepted it because I didn't know, I now have an additional +3 copies of this card, which I don't earn. If I delete the deck, I lose those 3 copies, I'm pretty sure.
No. You keep the cards. The cards are permanently attached to your account.
Oh, okay, so the cards are permanently attached. Okay, that's cool. But you can't reap them for souls. So they're stuck. So if you want to take advantage...
You can reap your copies.
Yes.
But you can't reap the copies given to you.
Yes.
So he can reap the 1 copy that he has, but the 3 copies that I sent him, he cannot reap.
Yeah, so I was wondering why Contract of Destruction all of a sudden popped up in my list, and I was like, oh, because I got gifted it. Because I never earned the original. I earned a shiny version of this card, but I never earned the original. So I was wondering why that was just visible. I have 2 copies. I have 2 copies of this now, and I can only reap one of them if I really wanted to. So that's how it works. So I mean, I think the best way to look at it is, look, for new players, if you want access to some cards to help build some decks, come to those of us that already have these stuff already pre-built, already have like a library of cards. Because here's the thing, we can only gift 1 deck to 1 person, as it states, and that's that. The next time we do it, it will cost 3,000 souls. So,
But you can only gift 1 deck per person.
1 person, yeah. So if
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I can't gift Hunter a deck anymore because he already received the deck from somebody else without knowing it. I always put up a video on his channel and he's explained it. So if you want to go check that video out, check it out. He did put a video on it. I'm throwing this in at the end of this video just so that people know about this whole the gifting stuff, because there was no actual information about it. It was just there, and it was just like, oh, okay, let's gift some decks to people.
And people just started sending decks out, and people started accepting, and without knowing, we kind of got stuck with what we got.
Yeah, so I can't accept any more decks, unfortunately. as it stands, I can't accept any more. I can still give to someone. I haven't gifted a deck yet, so I can definitely gift it to people. But I think it's more the lines of, if they're not my friends list, yeah, I can gift them a deck. But if they're friends with somebody in my friends list, I cannot gift them a deck. It's very, very weird about that.
So did you get extra copies of the basics?
Which basics is in here?
The 4 costs.
Oh yeah, the crystal snail and the gravity beetle. Yes, these are basics. So I have 3 of this unit already, and I've got +3. So yeah, I got 6 basics. I mean, I like the idea of this, that it's helping people, but it kind of sucks at the same time that we had no idea what the hell it did.
I mean, it's good too if you want to start a Smurf, right? You want to start a new account and give yourself a head start.
Yeah, so I still see this as just helping out new players, guys. So that's the way I'm looking at it. People that don't have all the cards, like some of us who do, if you're looking for a deck, we can try it. We can basically build you a deck, and then we'll just send it to you. So, you know, hey, and then you get those cards, which is cool. But yeah, so that's that whole present thing. So just be cautious about that. The best way is talk to some people in the TEPPEN Discord, find out what you don't have, what they've got, and do a trade. Like, okay, I can give you these cards in this deck, and then have them give you cards that you don't have. I think that can work like that. I'm assuming it will. But yeah, one time only. Make it count. Make it count. That's it. That's the best way to look at it, guys. Other than that, thanks again, guys. Have a nice day and all that. Take care. We'll see you guys in the next video for Green Card Showcase. Thank you, Hunter, my buddy.
See ya.
And we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.